And we are live, Alpha Traders. How we doing this morning? We already had a little pre-talk going about what's going on in these markets. All of Alpha Trading's calls. We don't give signals. We just call shit the way we see it. And then it's probably about 99% correct most of the time. We're not tooting our own horn. We're tooting our indicators. They're not lagging indicators. They're built on returns. They're built on the distribution. Right? Most traditional technical analysis indicators are built on price action. Right? Price action is lagging itself. People really don't understand that. What do you mean price action's lagging? Because it's following the returns. All right, that's enough. It's enough bashing traditional TA. Okay, let's see here. So, literally talked about after the close yesterday, was taking a peek at SPY. Right, was taking a peek at SPY. Let's see here. Let's pop over here. Oh, I got a little love for Dixie too. And there we go. Where was that at? Yep, 95.4 Laplace. So yesterday I talked about pre-market on SPY. I was looking at the charts. I put some posts in the Discord last night. All the intraday time frames were very bullish. So what's that telling me? Pre-market SPY was going to be up. I had a target about 398. Why? Well, because 398.62 is right where the 95.4 Laplace on the weekly is. Right? We got back up above the reverse mean of log returns. Let me see something here real quick. Let's put the lower length. Where's the lower length at? Oh, wow. Okay, this is interesting. That's a power move to zap right through there. So I'm looking at SPY to test this power mean. Right, just like the dollar index. We're getting ready to jump over there. Yep, 398.43. Bam. Well, that's right. It wasn't the 95.4 Laplace, for crying out loud. That was a little above it. It was at 401. My bad. I got the pink boxes screwed up. So yeah, that 33 power mean, 398.62. Looking for that to get tapped. So that being said, pop over on Dixie. Talking about Dixie, right? The mean reversion. All the bear div on this week, the whole weekly bull run has been doing nothing but setting up bear div the whole time. Okay, at some point, all these little down moves on Dixie retesting. Let me turn off the slow length. Retesting the 30 length power mean. Every one of these moves was bear div. Bear div. It's finally starting to play out. Right, you get a long-term time series like this, especially on a macro time frame like a weekly, that bull div is going to come hammering. Look at this down move, right? Here's the trend. We were trending to the top side. I say we like I'm the dollar. No. There's where our prediction model flipped. Wham! This whole down move going back into randomness. Right? A random market. While most people would be like, hey guys, look at the trend. Look at the trend. They don't have a clue, man. This is not a trending move, right? We all know this because we use entropy, right? A lot of people think that Dixie is trending to the downside. It's not trending. The data set of Dixie literally just went back into total randomness, Not just heading into randomness. This thing is flashing. That's what the white means, right? It doesn't get any more random than this with price action. So that's powerful in itself. Wanted to point that out. Then we go over onto, boom, let's get on the Dixie. Okay, look at this weak looking sucker. 1 SD right now. That's where Dixie's at. Yesterday, pretty much exceeded a 2 SD move, literally got down to the bottom, right? The bottom of the daily volatility range. Rejection off of where? Here's Dixie's macro levels, man. We've been talking about this. The dollar dropped below all the macro volatility ranges while all the risk assets, at this point, they're all fucking risky, right? All of them. They're all above the macro volatility ranges. You get something like this, we could get a nice pump. If the dollar continues to weaken, look for these markets to take off. Not just pump, man. These things could really take off. So let's see here. So Dixie yesterday runs up, almost got to the bottom of the weekly, top side of the 68.3 Laplace. And the more you watch these live streams, you'll start to understand these levels. All the cross lines are daily distribution levels. White is Laplace distribution. Blue is normal distribution. Pull this down a little bit. Oh, my little doggy. Not doing good, boys. Let's see. So immediately rejection. I mean, look at this. You don't see 15-minute candles on Dixie like this, right? I mean, that is a dumperoo on the dollar. Right to the second standard deviation, rejection off the 95.4 Laplace to the downside, to the bottom of the daily volatility range. There was a high probability that this data set wasn't going to close below this area, right? It didn't. Opens up, rejects off the new daily, right? This is the new daily price action volatility range right here. Red lines, yellow in the middle. Rejected right off of it, immediately down to a first standard deviation. Second standard deviation, 105.86. That would exceed those levels, correct? Let me go back over here. Yeah. Guys, that would be a 99.7 Laplace move, right? On the weekly. It's right at 105.58. 2SD today, 105.8, right? Right on top of each other, man. So you could throw a line right here and say, okay, this is the weekly 99.7 Laplace. There's a 0.03% chance by the close today, Dixie does not close below 105.8. All right, that's what we're looking at. But at the same time, if you're going to use probabilities, you got to be aware of all of them. And we are deep, and we're at this power mean. Don't think Dixie can't bounce from here. The power means are honey badgers. We know that. Let me kick some dogs out of here real quick. Got a bunch of whiners. Go, guys. Everybody out. Woo! That's the sound of 12 paws. That's the sound of about, what are they now? Max lost a lot of weight, you guys. He was about 110. He's probably about 80 pounds. But they're, I got 400 pounds of dog still. All right, let's see. All right, back to the charts. Obviously, dog is on my mind. Let's see, where is the 3SD? Wow, man, what a fucking move. My God. Whew. Powerful, because this is the right there, that is a deviation band. Actually, it's exceeded the 2SD band on the reverse mean. So let's go up here, 108. 108 is the third standard deviation. My goodness gracious. Yeah, man. Wowzer, Bowser. Pretty incredible moves we're having here. So, normal distribution. I mean, this thing can pull back up on the weekly. So, I'm both ways, man. We would have to look at intraday time frames on Dixie to see exactly what's going to happen. The sell-off looks pretty intense. But at the same time, this could bounce off this power mean, right? This really could pull back up. Let me see here. Let's go over here while we're waiting for SPY. Yeah. What's this 4 hour doing on Dixie? Goodness gracious. Let me move this projection boss right to this big dump. Yep. So there we go. We're at the downside of the distribution, right? And this is just the pretty much past day. No, 6.78. Another reason why, be careful here. Be careful here. If you're getting really bearish on Dixie, just be careful, right? Am I selling Dixie right now? Am I shorting Dixie right now? No, fuck no, I'm not. Why not? Because we're at the bottom of the distribution. This is why when you understand the distribution, probability levels, volatility, entropy, the VEPS just together, you don't buy tops and sell bottoms anymore, man. Right? You learn to sit on your hands. Go do something. You don't always have to be in a trade. If you're a bear on the dollar right now, this is danger zone for you. You do not want to short this thing. Not financial advice, right? We're not financial advisors. We're all traders. That's what we do.
Bear on the dollar is a great place to have been taking profit. The outlier of the projection boss.
Yeah, man.
That's amazing.
Yep, big time. Where's my little drag and drop? Where are you at, you little booger? Man. Where are you? There it was. Let's bring this all the way back. There we go. Interesting. At the high back there, it sure was. Let's even get a little more frisky here. Boop. There we go. Yeah, not too much info there. It's a little far back on a weekly, in my opinion, especially for the dollar. This thing's been volatile as hell. Look at these moves on the buck. Wow. Wow. All right, pull this back up to the front.
Projection you had early on, that one and the one before that, both of them are very, very strong, man.
Oh, yeah.
Very strong.
Yep, big time. Let's see here. And what are we setting up? We're setting up some. Let me turn off this. Oh, big dog out there raising hell, man. Jesus. Okay. Let's see if we got any hidden bear setting up. We do. Yes, we do. Big time. And look at this. All right. So you see the high here? You see the lower high right at the zero mean? Bear div, right? Bear div on that 4 hour. Plus, let me see here. Yeah. And that rip to the downside below the 2SD band here. Look at the returns oscillator. When I see something like this, this is a bearish reset, man. Setting up hidden bear. Let's see how high this returns oscillator gets on the 4 hour. Because when this thing rejects again with all these fissures down, going to be interesting. Although the DLP, man, you got to put weight on this bull div on the DLP. Really do. Trend strong, though, man. Look at the trend. Trend is strong. Volatility is contracting. Correlation broke positive back here. We all know what's going to happen. Look at the resulting price action. Look at the expansion and volatility. All three levels. Great as well to 100%. All right? You hear that? Hey, Tom Sosnoff. You goofies over at Tasty Trade. Wake the fuck up. I love you guys, but come on, man. Times are changing, son. We've got something for you to take a peek at. When you get volatility grade, which is a combination of historical volatility, which, yeah, Tommy boy, I know you just can't stand. It's a combination of historical volatility and implied volatility. Overlay that on price or on volatility percentile. Powerful, man. You get three different lengths of volatility percentile. They all peaked out here. Are you taking profit on this 4 hour? Yeah, man. You're outside the 99.7 Laplace distribution as well. Volatility expansion, all of them. Look at the correlation. It broke. Wham! You get this down move. Then the volatility is contracting, positively correlated. Move's going to continue to walk down. Trend is strong. And when I'm not seeing any bull div at all on Z-score, on returns oscillator, the only place I'm seeing the bull div is a DLP, and it's not that strong. It's not that strong at all. Now, real strong, these candles would not even be into the confidence intervals, considering they are, and look, they're right at the center of the bands too. Wow. Variance turned up. Okay, here, you get an outlier, right? You get an outlier in the 4 hour telling you it's going to move to the downside, right? The spread of data from the mean, that's what variance is, was negatively correlated. That's what the pink outside means. Okay, that it is negatively correlated to price action. So when you get that spread of data from the mean, the resulting data set's going to drop. That's just the way it works. Okay, now, and look at this little up move here. All right, look at the bull wick it left behind, or bear wick. But look at this bull wick right here. The variance turned down, negatively correlated. So you got a little relief here, right? Kind of a little sideways. Soon as that correlation broke positive coming down, boop, just like the volatility contraction. Same thing, right? Standard deviation of returns is volatility. The spread of data around the mean, where is that data spreading? To the standard deviation levels, or the Laplace distribution levels. All right, let's see here. And these fissures on the 4 hour are cruising. So that's the 4 hour. Usually, now in my, if I'm running this intraday little workflow, obviously it's not gonna, all that, everything I just said, that's gonna run through my mind in 5 seconds, and I'm on to the 90-minute chart. I just wanted to give you a little idea what I'm looking at. And that 4 hour, looking down, no bull div on the 90. We do have it on returns oscillator though. That's what I'm talking about, right? When you got that weekly candle down at the 90, go back over here. Down at the 3SD at 106.5, there's only a 0.03% chance that thing's going to move lower, especially by the close today. Whoops. And the way the 90-minute looks, I mean, the only div, it's really not even on the DLP. Going back into random price action, actually, volatility's starting to expand on the 90. Correlation broke, negative. Let's see, 10, what's this 99.7 plus on the 90? That 105.5, 105.6 level just keeps popping up. If we do get a wick down to that area, expect a hell of a pull. Expect this thing to bounce. Fissures on the 90 are trying to turn up too. This bull div's strong. This bull div is real strong on the 90. Let's see what the 45's saying. 45's having an outlier, but it's not moving. The data set's not moving. This could be a bearish reset too, but I'm telling you, man, there is a bunch of bull div. Look at the 45-minute fissures. They are all turned up. Expect that to happen on the 90. There was one up. Okay, 45. Let's see. What are we doing here? Random price action as well. That's some pretty steep bear div, even though I would like it if these candles weren't down into the confidence intervals, but still it's there. The only thing that doesn't have div, the fissures. I mean, it's on Z-score. Outlier to outlier too. Is the dollar gonna pop? Is the dollar gonna pop? The probabilities on the weekly candle say yes. They do say yes. So the dollar weakening, this could just go into next week, because I'm telling you, there's a ton of that bull or that bear div. Now, what was I gonna do? Was I gonna go into the daily? I don't need to. Where is 95.4 Laplace? 106. So if it does drop down to that 105.8, 105.7 area, I don't know though, man. We're at this 1 SD on the daily, right? I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Look what happened though. We dropped above these macro support levels, right? For the monthly and the weekly. And is that the monthly S2? It is. So here's all this macro volatility. Tight monthly range, fairly tight weekly. This thing could have a move today. That's what I'm saying. Let's go all the way back. Let's see Dixie trending. That tight monthly. There have been some good moves. Yeah, I really have. Okay, where are you? Where's the beginning of the month? There it is, right there. Look at these moves on Dixie, man. Bam, powerful. Up to, where'd that go to? 114. Dumped all the way out to 106. Is there volatility there? Yep, ton. Come on, charts. Trading View, we overwhelming you again. Sometimes our indicators overwhelm Trading View. If anybody at Trading Views listen, come on, man. Get your shit together, boys.
For maths.
That's
Our
right.
Maths need much computer.
Yes. So, and then we got the daily again. What do returns do? They mean revert. They mean revert. Here's the rejection off of the 30. Off the 30 reverse mean. Dropped right through the 33 power mean. Down here, yeah, man. So on the daily, right, you see these levels, 95 for the plus, third or second standard deviation, third standard deviation. There's the first, right? I was showing you on the VRE, right where we were at. Boop, right here, blue cross line. So that's where we're at right now. Just below it too. It's 106.885. We're at 106.877. So this could go two ways. This thing could either pull back up, right, or reject off this 1SD on the downside, and we could get that move that I'm talking about. But at some point here, this thing's probably going to bounce. We're going to see some mean reversion. This price action though, now on a non-continuous market, we're not going to get a future projection of the mean. Can past price action predict the future reverse mean of log returns? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. And it does. We see it on continuous markets like Bitcoin. But we're not going to get it on traditional markets. But I'm telling you right now, these next few days coming into the new week, this mean's going to turn down hard. Right? We all know this. We all know how to predict it in our mind. Depending on how many candles you want to go back. Let's see here. But this is going to start coming down. So 110 would make sense. I'm spending a lot of time on Dixie. Why? Hey, man. Because, right, we all know about the dollar. We want to know if this thing is getting strong or getting weak. Because the markets are going to respond. Had a good CPI print, though, right? Yesterday. Markets responded favorably. There's no doubt about that. I'm getting bored of Dixie quick, though. Okay. Here's the 33 minute. I mean, God, man. We all know what happens. Look at all this bull div. Just been hovering around the zero mean, the returns oscillator. Now it's starting to pick up some steam. Volatility is starting to expand. Look at all the APPs. Hey, man, I'm not going to lie, on the 33, a lot of exhaustion down here. Grade is bottomed out. 525 volatility's bottomed out. This correlation on this close stays. If you see it go blue again, right? This thing starts expand. Dixie's going to move back up. God, this crazy dog, man. All right, that's enough. Let's get over here to SPY. Let's see what this pre-market move's doing. I called 3, and it dropped a little bit. Okay, that's all right. It's all right. It's a strong area up there. Let's flip all this on the SPY. 395. So there is the, wow, man, this thing is cooking. So today we need to get a new daily candle and see where these distribution levels are going to be. Right? This is yesterday's candle. I want to throw this on a weekly though. Let's reset this price scale. There we go. That 398 range. Because this could reject here. If SPY can somehow rally today and close up 401 above this power mean, next week could be real interesting, especially if the dollar continues to weaken when the market opens Monday morning or Sunday night. When the futures open. Let's see. Waiting to see. I mean, look at the prediction model. Going back into randomness to the top side. You can see Shannon entropy percentiles just building. Like it. Like it a lot.
Yeah, see how random the VIX is also. Just walking along.
Yeah. And VIX, right? VIX is back down under 24. Yep. I'd like to see VIX drop below 20. That's where it's a tipping. This is an interesting time, man.
AOR. Look how tight the log returns are on that thing, man. And also the return oscillator is...
On what?
As compressed, as is the entropy. Very, very random.
You talking VIX?
Something else. Yep.
The volatile. The volatile. Wow. What the hell? Why did my chart flip? I put it on freaking VIX that brought my entropy up here and dropped the AVR down. Am I seeing shit? Hold on, let me go back to SPY. What? Did I move my indicators? I must have on accident. Get back in your right position, you little donkey. Let's see here. Pretty damn random. Well, that's on the 33. Yeah. What's his daily doing? Oof. Yeah, VIX dropping, man.
Very.
Volatility. The volatility of the vol of the vol.
Yeah.
Wow. Bunch of hidden bear. But actually, setting up some bull div. But yeah, this is the, you got to be really careful trying to figure out what the hell the VIX is going to do, man.
Yeah, I was looking at the 15-minute, man. It's just so random right now. It's like so flat and random.
Oh yeah.
Indicators.
Mm-hmm.
Something else, man. The returns oscillators, look how tight they are. Look at the LR, the Z-score. I mean, it's just all over the place, man. I mean, you got some rising bull div on entropy oscillator, but apart from that, it's flat.
Wow, look at the minis. Look at the minis. We get a higher high here? Yes, we did. All right, there's no bear div. I want to see. There we go. Where the minis at? Look at that power move. When did that happen? 8:30. What happened yesterday at 8:30 in the morning? Why the hell did we get this big candle? Oh yeah, that was the CPI print. Any news?
Bitcoin.
Any news? Any news? Did you say look?
Pretty nice dump.
Right now?
FTX, if anybody watching this on the live stream or the recordings remembers yesterday when I was like, you might want to move your funds off of FTX US just, to be careful till the dust settles. Well, there's already talk of, and like regulator talk of shutting down transactions on FTX for the time being. So,
yeah, from what I understand, you can't.
FTX posted a thing on there right after saying, we're liquid, we're fully liquid. Posted a notification on there saying, you might want to close your positions. So, hey, don't listen to us. We just tell you what's going to happen because the math say so.
Yeah, this 15-minute candle just shot right to the 95.4 Laplace on the daily. Here's the 68.3 range. Bam. 95.4 Laplace. But you got to remember, these are daily levels, not 15-minute levels. So there's a 95.4% chance on this daily candle doesn't close below 14, what is it at? 6,450? 16,450? Yeah. We'll see what happens though. Got a little selling going on, huh? Dixie though, man. Yeah, this is typical Bitcoin. Shit happens all the time. What's Sol doing?
FTX on the 15-minute, looking like death. Trending move to the downside.
Jesus, yeah. Look at FTT.
You want the $2 FTT tokens right now? You can get it for $250.
Yeah, this could be. This Solana could be selling off, man. It's gonna. I mean, just the shit going on in the market right now. This could pull everything down. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. You got Sol back under 15. At least that's on FTX though. Of course, it's a shit show. Binance, it's at 15.4. Ah, dang it. These fuckers, man. Keep sucking. Just keep buying. Buy. I like my Solanas. What do your Solanas do, Bilbo? Yeah, they're poolside right now, chilling.
They make good deli sandwiches.
They're in Miami waiting for the party, by the way. Heading to Miami on November 30th for the Catalina Whale Mixer. It's going to be a hell of a bash. And starring Art Basel. So that should be fun. Should be a good time. Me and MJ finally get to cross paths. Oh boy, he's in for a treat. So am I. We've been friends for years and have never met. We've never met. We've been friends for years. Hey, I get to meet my magical internet friend. Is he real? What's that?
I said Alpha Trading Meetup.
Mm-hmm.
Down in Miami.
Yep. Be sweet if everybody was going. I got enough whales to give everybody one. Let's go. I'll pull them out and get your golden ticket. They're giving out Willy Wonka tickets and shit. All right. Yeah, you can see it's bouncing off this 95.4 Laplace on the daily. Let me see something real quick. SPY's holding strong up a little bit pre-market. Well, yeah, it's going to too. We get this new print here in 1 minute. So I'm going to flip this on SPY. Everybody knows I love crypto. But these markets, man, they correlated. It was weird the other day, right? You had Dixie coming down, big crypto dumping. What was this whole FTX bullshit? Whole FTX debacle. The criminal. Sam Wise. Everybody thought he was just a gardener. The whole time he was a total scammer. I mean, the more shit that comes out, I mean, what the hell, man? It's pretty, you hate to see that shit, man.
Seed phrases.
One of the biggest exchanges, man. This is the thing, man. You got to be careful in this space, right? Who would have thunk it, man? Right? Just a couple months ago, he's on the cover of Fortune. This is the next Warren Buffett. Oh, that didn't age well.
That's a very strong indicator that something's about to go wrong.
Yeah, right? Warren Buffett's laughing. Come on, man.
Yep.
Dealing in magical internet money. So, there's the 95 for Laplace on the daily, 396.22. Yep, 400. So, that weekly level up there, that is the R2 right at 400. If SPY can have a rally and close above that weekly level, next week be pretty good. It's going to pull that weekly range up. It's going to be above the tight monthly. Things going to be looking good. And there goes the dollar. The dollar's starting to rise a little bit. What's the VIX doing? VIX going up a little. Let me pop this back on Dixie. Yep, there's that. All that low time frame bull div on Dixie. That shit's gonna play out, man. But these macro volatility support levels, man, those things could reject it. It's not gonna be an easy to get through here. The algos are gonna be pushing it down. Yeah, bottom side of the 68.3. Yep, same thing. That's at what, 107.5? See what happens.
No market open right now, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Futures and other minis.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, 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 ding. Let me see something. So X. Anything sticking out right off the bat? Natural gas is up. What's oil fucking doing, man? It needs to go down. Jesus, oil popped. Oil popped immediately. It's up what, $4 or 4% on the day. Great, gonna see that at the pump. Yeah, VIX is going up a little bit. Dollar's holding for now. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a hard level to bust through. All right, but when you got like Apache helicopters and stealth bombers back in Dixie, that thing could bust through up anything.
You've got soybean futures and wheat and rice all going up, or a little flap of going up, and gold as well going up, and oil going up.
Oh, our buddy Ski God's having a ball, MJ. He's probably having fun trading order flow on fucking commodities and shit. The super trader. Thought I was going to meet him. Don't think he's going to the mixer. Don't think he's going to the mixer. All right. Let's see here. I love Fridays. I'm telling you, right, these minis, these S&P minis, Z-score's pretty damn high on the daily. But like I said, there's no bear div. I love these fishers too. Volatility, total volatility expansion. So what happens next? Contraction. Keep an eye on the correlation. At the 4 hour. Well, I mean, I don't even have to look. I can throw a projection on this thing. Let's see. Where are you? Where's my little box? There it is. We need to make it pink or something. Boom. All right. So here's the 4 hour. All right. Here's the 4 hour on the E-minis. You are up here at a 99% confidence interval. Laplace distribution range. Good Lord. Let me turn off these others. 2 and 3. Take up 2. Take up 3. Boom, boom, and 6. There we go. So we're at the 99.7 Laplace right now. What else is on here? Hold on. I got something else sneaking in. Band 4. Yes, that tricky 93% level. Boop. There we go. So yeah, we're top side of the distribution on the 4 hour. Now, is there a bunch of bear div? No, there's not. At all. Period. And if anything, this is a bullish reset, man. You're about to get some hidden bull. And if you get these fissures while this is happening, you get these fissures come down and then bounce off the band or the mean of these deviation bands coming into next week. That hidden bull could play out. If by the end of the day, let's see if this busts through these deviation bands, something like this. This is what I'm looking for, right? This is what I'm looking for. It's a good, great fucking example. Great fucking example. Okay, so look at the pump, all right? Look at this reset, deep, right? Did we get a pullback? Yeah, but it just set up what? Hidden bull. Boom. Another move to the top side. What did it set up? Bear div. Down we go. All right. Like that sound effect. Came from my personal stash.
Point out that literally, if you've been reading, if you know, for whoever was up earlier hours in the day, looking at the charts as I was, my time zone, this current 4-hour candle on like Bitcoin and crypto playing out perfectly to the downside, doing pretty much exactly what you could figure it was going to do. As we approach market open, and boom, like it doesn't miss a beat when it comes to reading the maths correctly, as long as you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's important to know what you're doing. These tools are just incredible. Yeah, very, very nice. Very nice. So,
whoops. There we go. Get the down move. Right? Here's on the 4-hour. Right to the 99.7 Laplace. Whoop! Wicks right up into it. 0.03% chance. Any of these 4-hour candles is going to close above here. Did the probabilities win? Yep. What's it doing now? Could be mean reverting. Could be mean reverting. We're talking the projection boss. Right? So you get a pump up here, 99.7 Laplace. There's the mean right there.
yeah.
15.8. Jesus. Yeah, makes sense. All the fissures are turning down.
So, yeah, the mean keeps falling down, like somewhere around 18.2. That could easily close the mean reversion from all that dumpy we had when it was whacking the 3 RMLR down. It's been in mean reversion since then, and it's the fact that it's going down does not mean it can't go sideways and even a bit up before it completes that mean reversion.
If it can stay right around here.
But this action is, following the returns very much on cue. Very, very much. And look, if you look where it hit from that reversal candle, it literally hit the first Laplace band up from that reversal candle, yesterday, and about 7 or 8 candles ago now. And it hit to that candle, which is also the first Laplace up from that mean. From that production boss and from the Laplace.
The fuck that just happened?
Weak. Very, very much spot on the 4-hour. Just unbelievable. Even if you
that's
don't
what
trade
I wanted.
I don't trade the 4-hour, but I sure look at it to monitor things, and it is very telling.
Still haven't mean reverted on the 4-hour. It's up there almost to 19. To be honest, man, I see this thing. They're messing with people. If these 4-hour candles can close like up here, 16.5, 16.4 area, it's just setting up hidden bull. Total random price action. Starting to drop. Obviously, the prediction models to the downside. But that 4-hour nailed the 95.4 Laplace. So if you go over here on Bitcoin, let's see. Boop. Bam. It's a white line right here. So this 4-hour candle that opened right here, get a little pump up, right to the 4-hour 95 for Laplace, which is was a little bit below the 95 for Laplace on the daily. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gotta love the distribution. So, haven't closed a 15-minute candle below the daily or the 4-hour, which is going to be up what, hour and blah, 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 blah. Wait a minute, what time frame? Oh my, yeah, Jesus. Go over here on the 4-hour. There we go. Yeah, hour and 20 minutes. There's the 1SD. 16.7.
Yep.
Okay. It's always going to bring me.
You to the upside.
Let's see here. Let's go to the 15. Whoops, let me get rid of my fancy coloring, my fancy lines. Here's the 15-minute big nasty outlier. Goodness gracious, man. Big old trend. Volatility expansion. All the lengths negatively correlated. Limpy. Very limpy. Very limpy indeed. But you've got this outlier through these confidence intervals on the 15. About on the 30. Probably setting up some bull div. No, man. 45? I didn't know. But we're having outliers.
Yeah.
Oof.
FTX is filing for bankruptcy.
Of course.
SBF is stepping down and he's resigning as CEO. What a shocker. And so is Alameda. They're also filing for bankruptcy. Okay.
That dude needs to go to jail. He needs to share a 6x8 with Bubba. Yasha. Just my opinion. Let me see. So the 90-minute outlier, Z-score is high. Z-score is high. There wasn't any bear div. I don't know, man. Don't trust. I'm not trusting this down move right now. The 45 has got an outlier through these confidence intervals, although the variance is having an outlier. Let me see. Oh, but yeah, you can close these candles up here. I mean, it's just setting up some more hidden bull. Volatility is about 80. About the 33-minute. What are we cooking down here? Z-score's probably low. It is. Outliers everywhere, though. But I would imagine, so I just keep my eye on Dixie. VIX started to rise. Now it's pulling back. That's why we love the distribution levels, 4-hour and daily. Learn how to use them together. I mean, you had both 95 for Laplaces on this 4-hour candle right there.
That's a good reason to do low time frame trades.
Oh yeah, FTT getting wrecky rude, isn't it? Gee, many Christmas, man. Oh yeah, finally. Look at FTX Solana just dropped below all the other exchanges big time. It was the other way around for days. Just like
FTX US. Hey, FTX US is also filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
oh my god.
Yeah, so it's not a bad thing. I said to get your funds off of there after all.
Dude, this is, remember, FTX Bitcoin was like $1,000, $1,200 above the index and all the other exchanges. So was the Solana listing on FTX. Now they are both way below. Let's see, like FTX, BTC on FTX is down literally 9.5%, where everybody else is only down about almost 6. Yeah, there's some, with all that news that just came out about all the bankruptcy filings and shit, this shit's about to get squirrely. And there's a lot of people affected by this.
Yeah, there's 130 companies in the FTX group that have filed for bankruptcy now. 130 companies.
God.
Under their umbrella. That's just I mean, what can you
Yeah.
say?
And I had somebody reach out to me, and they're like throwing blame on themselves. Hey man, a lot of people got caught up in this. I almost got caught up in this. I was so close to making a massive deposit onto that exchange, man. And it just, if this would have dragged out and not happened yet, I'd probably have it on there. And I would be up in arms. A lot of people aren't getting their funds right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not a good situation for anybody who's stuck. It's really bad.
Yeah, and so, yeah, Alpha Trading sends out our well wishes to everybody that's caught up in this mess.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, yeah, things like this are not good.
Not so scathed. But scathed is kind of inevitable if you have your money on there.
Yeah.
It's really gonna happen.
But these are the times where, if there's losses incurred, this is the time in the market to make it back. In my opinion. I know there was somebody I watched it literally almost happen live where when Solana was at about $200, how many sold? Over 100. Over 100 sold, I think. Sent it to a rando address. And asked me, he goes, well, how do I get that back? I was like, did you send it? Did the TX go through? He's like, yeah. I was like, and it wasn't the correct address? He's like, no. And I was like, it's gone, man. It was a lot of money. I saw his face turn green. He almost puked. But.
And you're like, there's an emoji for that.
And I haven't got a response, but I telegrammed him and said, this right now. This time right now is when you make all that back, man. So, and here we go. We're getting this pump off of the daily and the 4-hour 95.4 Laplace. That's what I'm saying. Be careful with this down move, man. It's all very scalpable on low time frames. But as far as thinking this thing's gonna really dump out, I don't know. Be careful.
That's why we use the low time frames, because just like Bilbo said, it's when you have these crazy, outrageous things happening, you've got a lot of opportunity. Even if you got hurt on your trading position on an exchange that just went down or something, if you have trading capital on another exchange that's running fine, there's usually a good opportunity around the corner. So don't miss out on it if you know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, don't trade extremely volatile assets without knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
General rule of thumb.
General rule of thumb. Yep, I agree. So yeah, crypto gonna do what crypto does. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, SPY. Telling you right now, man, this thing's gonna move up. I just, yeah. I mean, you got Dixie below those macro volatility levels. This is the last day of the trading week. All the shit's about to shut down. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm looking for SPY to close above 400. If it does, next week's going to be a rodeo. It will be a rodeo. And it is trying. All right, drop down. You got to test the daily range. All right. Closed above it. Got to wick right down to the first 4 hours, 68.3. Laplace. It's a little white line there. And then that's the top of the daily. So that's a good test of the daily range. Could it go deeper into it? Yeah. At the same time, it's a bigger daily range. It's a bigger daily range, actually. I mean, it's really comparable to yesterday, so don't think this thing can't trend. Or go deeper into it. Because the bottom side of the 68.3 on this first 4-hour candle is right at the first standard deviation of the first 4-hour candle of the downside. And it's into the meat of the downside of this volatility range. But see now, this thing's pulling back up.
This is funny.
So
yeah, I wouldn't trade it, but it is funny. Oil giant Shell is apparently going to start selling or offering lubricant and cooling solutions to Bitcoin miners. So now you're going to have Bitcoin miners backing oil.
What are they going to sell? Lubrication for the...
Lubricant and cooling solutions to Bitcoin miners. Like, I guess all their fans that need, lubricant and cooling solutions made from oil products.
Jesus.
funny.
Wow.
That is funny. All the giant Bitcoin mining farms, you know.
I could help them out a lot because I'll guarantee you they're missing
yeah.
vital points of how to keep all that shit cool that I have a little bit of expertise in cooling rooms. If anybody knows my past. I had massive fucking medical marijuana grows.
Bitcoin? What backs Bitcoin? Well, oil backs Bitcoin now, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. They need to have negative air in there. Sucking that heat out. Keeping pressure. Because, yeah, you get all those miners, dude, those things pumping off some heat. They are pumping the heat, man. Pretty crazy. I mean, they're like 1,200 watts, 1,200 watts. That's literally what pretty much lights are, right? Any type of horticulture lights. Yep. They put off massive amounts of heat, man. Massive amounts. You literally, I knew people that were freaking out in Tahoe that were mining some Bitcoin. They literally were heating their fucking home. Heating their home with the Bitcoin miners.
Yep.
Pretty wild.
They do. Yeah, those things get noisy and hot.
Yeah, they're very noisy. They had a soundproof room, and still you could hear it. It was crazy. And they only had about 50. Yeah, some of these big mining farms, dude, they got fucking tens of thousands. Pumping them. So right now, Bitcoin's at the daily 68.3 to the top side. Okay. Got that going for him. Or no, sorry, SPY. Jesus, not Bitcoin. Anything sticking out? Oh, yeah, oil's going up.
That is a nice little move there on the open on SPY, to be honest.
Yeah. We're about to see what's going to happen. Close a 15-minute candle above the 68.3 Laplace on the daily. It's going to run up to that 400 area. Yeah. That is the R2 of the weekly. And the R1. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Yeah, R1. R2 of the weekly, R1 of the monthly. Is right up here around 400. Got to get by the top side of that Laplace distribution range, though. Or it's just it could range in here all day and just set up shit for next week. Then Sunday, hopefully, maybe we can do a futures open again. That was pretty fun. Pretty dang fun. So anyway, I've talked for almost an hour. What's going on? I had diarrhea of the mouth this morning. Anybody want to chime in?
I think it's really nice to look at the charts right now on the low time frames. I mean, if you're scalping the 1 minute, jeez, like SPY has just been awesome. And if you're trading, crypto or anything like that, again, the 1 minute has just been absolute blessings to us for those of us who like to short and long all day long, because it's just never a boring minute. I mean, if you've been trading Bitcoin today on the 1 minute, you've got constant hills just going up and down right between the volatility and price levels.
Yeah.
All day long. I mean, targets hit left and right. If you're looking at the 4-hour targets, the daily targets, the daily range, I mean, it has just been testing everything beautifully today.
I hear a cat.
If you're not greedy and you know how to take profits, these are really the sour days. And I say it over and over again, because as the market, as long as the market is inefficient to some degree, you have opportunities, you have occurrences of opportunities occurring all the time, right? The more that any market matures and becomes less volatile over years, and in the case of crypto over the next decades, you will still have occurrences of opportunity. I like that, although that's funny. You will have occurrences of opportunity happening across crypto for a long time to come. But as time progresses, those occurrences of opportunity will be less volatile as the assets mature. Once, let's say we're at 10 or 15% of the world has some Bitcoin right now, or whatever it is, which seems like a ridiculously high number currently. It's probably nowhere near that, but those are estimates, right? Let's say it's even 10%, or even 15%. That means we've got at least another 6 or 7x that it could go up in terms of population before most of the world actually has any. And we're nowhere near that level in reality. Even if a couple 100 million people really have it, that doesn't mean they're trading it, and they might not even know how to access it. You said they might have put it on some wallet or forgotten about it or who knows what, because they might have a small amount. And crypto in general, there's so many projects, a lot of which are just utter garbage, but they're still trading. And as long as there's any kind of liquidity happening and people trading those garbage assets, well, that adds to the overall market capitalization of crypto, and that piques the interest of more and more people as time goes by. The fact that we have 85% dumps from the top to the bottoms in Bitcoin every several years or so, like, that's not news. That's been happening since Bitcoin started. And it's you're not gonna find it as a repeatable pattern that you can say, oh, on this particular date it will top, and on this particular date it will bottom. No, it's the math that tell you when it's in a parabolic move, and it falls out of the parabolic move, or shoots above it or whatever. Those are good places, especially to be making sure that you're not overextending your position, and that to take profits. And that's why I look at the low time frames, because you get a very strong indication of what's happening on the bigger time frames when you know how to read the changes happening on the lower time frames, and as they're building up from low time frame moves into higher time frame moves, right? So for example, the move that just started happening around 9:30, just before 9:30 a.m. Eastern time today, right at market open, literally Bitcoin and other cryptos, dumped down a little bit, and at 9:30 when the market opened, they just started to rise up. They started to walk up again. And I mean, it's a matter of learning to read with the tools what's happening on the charts, and it's all about math, and it's all about probabilities and statistics. We're not reading crystal balls like what we say all the time. If you want, I would highly recommend jumping into our Discord. Come and take a look. We give away literally the volatility starter pack. We give away a chart that we could show you on the screen here or whatever, and you could literally ask anybody in the channel, or me or anybody else in those public channels, how do I read this? How do we read that? We've got tons of educational content, tons of tutorial videos. There's a chart that Bilbo is, I think, pulling up. Yeah, thank you, Bilbo. To look at the volatility starter chart, that we literally give this away. I mean, these are some of the best tools in trading that any retail trader can access, and you can access them on TradingView, like the world's most popular site for charting assets, and that traders use for charting assets, if they're in the retail space. So, and we have some people in our group that are seriously amazing traders, including people like P Funk, who've been trading for decades as market makers, and they've only wished they had these kind of tools decades ago, and now they have access to them as retail traders. And they tell you what a difference that makes if you are a professionally skilled trader and you have any kind of institutional trading experience. I mean, if you like retail scalping as your side gig, if you're a Wall Street trader and you like going home at night and doing some scalps or whatever, these are amazing tools. And if you know people who are into trading, you might not even be into trading. Maybe you stumbled on this video and you're like, I don't even know what's going on. Maybe you know people who are into trading, and you ask them, hey, what do you use to trade? I bet you they're not using anything like this, unless they work at like a high frequency trading firm or a quant shop that makes the tools for those firms or for themselves, because nobody else is looking at this kind of information other than the really smart money. How do we know that? Because the bots that control 80% or more of the trades on the market on any given day are running their trades according to maths. They're not using magical stuff. They're not drawing charts or patterns. They're literally just looking at the mathematics, because that is what drives the markets. Why do we know that? Well, because all the bots are competing with each other, and they're going to make their moves according to mathematics, like standard deviation distribution models and Laplace distribution models. How do we know that? Well, give me any asset, we'll put a distribution model on any of those assets on any time frame, and you'll see that the targets, just like on our VRE chart, or our projection bosses, or our Laplace distribution bands, or our standard deviation bands, the targets keep hitting. It's not an accident. Like, why people ask, how do you know when variance is low and entropy is low, that there's a move about to happen when you have random walk on of low variance? Well, because it's a very high probability when you have everything contracted, the next thing it must do is expand, right? That's what will happen. And when it's extremely high entropy, or extremely high variance, or extremely high volatility, then it must contract, right? And if you look at these charts, They go up and down, and very often you'll notice that our tools, if you notice how to read them, like the variance will give you 1 or even 2, sometimes even 3 candles ahead of time. It'll tell you, the move is coming, the move is coming, the move is coming, and you'll see it, boom, shoot up, and you were in the move already for a couple of candles. Next thing you know, hey, very nice move you were in. Now take your profit when it hits your targets, and don't be greedy, because if you hold on to volatile positions, the returns will come back and steal your profits, because that's what volatile assets do. They move back and forth. They zigzag around the mean, because returns are mean reverting. Price isn't. Price follows the returns. And we say this a lot. People don't necessarily internalize it, but it's critical that you do if you want to learn how to trade volatility, probability, and statistics. Like, if you want to go on trading your magic numbers or your whatever, go right ahead. God bless you. Good luck. As far as we're concerned, your liquidity on the other side of our trades. But we are telling you how we do this, and we're telling you how serious market making firms like HFT firms, etc., how they're doing it. They're not telling you that they're doing it this way. Sometimes they leak out bits and pieces here and there. They'll tell you, oh yeah, it made this thing made a 3 sigma move or a 6 sigma move. What is that? That's a standard deviation move. They're not telling you or explaining to you what that is, and they'll very, very rarely give interviews in the first place. And when they do, they certainly don't sit there and give you tutorials about how they trade. Why? Because they don't want you to know how to do this stuff. They'd rather you do other kinds of trading that they are happy to push onto everyone that's downstream from them. And they do that very successfully. Like, yes, the very same people that use the same kind of math that you see on our screen right now are not using the TA that they're telling everyone else to use. Why do you think that is? But that should be a wake-up call to you. Citadel does not use MA21, the EMAs. They don't use Fibonacci's. They don't use any of that stuff. They laugh at people who use wedges and rising whatever channels and all that stuff. Why? Because they wouldn't be caught dead using things that aren't based on solid math. Because the math proved itself for the last decades. And it was Black-Scholes. If you know the Black-Scholes model decades ago changed the entire options trading marketplace. And that's where all of this comes from. And yes, Black-Scholes have problems with long-term capital management back in the 90s when they were getting a bit too cocky and they didn't consider things like certain what they called black swan events. So they messed up and they kept riding their mistakes until they went basically belly up, right? They had huge problems.
Yeah.
But guess what? In the intervening last 30 years, a lot of people have put a lot of time developing better and better tools based on the same concepts, and that's what you're looking at. You're looking at the next evolution on the leading edge or the bleeding edge of trading volatility and probability and statistics, and we've added in entropy because entropy is really incredibly accurate, and we very often look at entropy first, even before volatility, because it can be even more telling. If you know if the asset is in a trending move or a random walk, well, guess what? There's only 2 things that an asset can be in: a trending move or a random walk. So when you see an asset switching from one to the other, you should know, should I get in the position now, or should I get out of the position now, or should I just be sitting on my hands waiting for the next move to happen? It's very clear, and it's on our charts. And if you know how to read it, like I said, it's like taking candy from someone who doesn't like candy. Anyway, enough of that. I just figured I'd go over some of the basics for people who might be new to this, if they're listening to this ever on YouTube or wherever else, because it's like, or any of the people in the new group who might be listening to this or watching this later on YouTube, because yeah, it's a shame to be using inferior tools, frankly, when you have access to these kind of tools at your disposal. And we literally give you this chart you see on the screen for nothing. Just come in, ask for it, we'll give it to you. That's it. So, yeah. Anyway, back
Beautiful.
to you, Bilbo.
Dude,
What's the weather?
Takes a lot to shut me up. Alpha traders can shut Bilbo down.
Is the traffic report coming soon? I'm looking for the traffic report locally here.
You're fucked. So what do I got up here? While Yasha was talking. What are we looking at right here? So is what I did. This is the chart. This is the free chart we give out, free indicators. Obviously, this is not one of the free indicators. I've overlaid it just to show what's going on here. This 33-minute candle. Look at the wick. Right to the current candle 99.7 Laplace distribution. When you get out to the 99.7 Laplace distribution range to the downside, mean reversion is imminent. What did it do? It did more than mean reverted. It exceeded the 95.4 Laplace. Then came back and mean reverted again. So you had a wick to the downside, mean reversion. Wick to the top side above a 95.4% level, mean reversion. Back into the 68.3. Look at the next 33-minute candle. Boom, right to the almost to the 95.4 Laplace. Mean reversion right now. Pulls right back up into the mean of the 68.3 Laplace range right there. It hasn't closed yet. Still got, what, 19 minutes. Let's see what happens. This is why before I was like, be careful with this down move, right? So you can't let them, you got to understand volatility. You got to understand the distribution. You can't let these markets dictate what the fuck you're going to do. You need to dictate to the market because you understand where these distribution levels are at. It's literally almost like you have a crystal ball, right? We say all the time, we don't. But when you learn how to read all this, man, it's powerful. Let me reload this, get my funny stuff off here. So anyway, there's the free chart you're going to get. All right, all you got to do is come into the Discord, open up a support ticket. We're going to throw these indicators at you. And on top of, anytime, you just come in asking questions, right? We don't charge people to teach them how to trade volatility, all right? We're trying to save one trader at a time. That's what we do here, all right? We don't expect some big bum rush, right? The cult is real, the cult of traditional technical analysis. There's a reason why some of these YouTubers out there get 100,000 views on videos using indicators and talking about market conditions where, number one, they have no idea what they're talking about. They're using lagging indicators. It's ridiculous, right? But people just flow into that shit. Why? Because the sheep next to them is doing it, right? We go against the grain. That's why when we started doing this was par for the course for me, because that's my whole life. I've always went against the grain. You say black, I say white. I mean, it's just how I am. But it's powerful what we're doing here. We're just trying to, like I just said, save one trader at a time, right? You don't imagine when somebody comes in our Discord and starts asking questions about volatility, we all get goofy. It excites us. It excites me. I know it excites the other guys because we love people taking interest in this. Why are you here? You know, why did you come to Alpha Trading? There's a reason. Maybe you're starting to see through the bullshit, right? Because if you're trying to trade traditional TA, you guys, you're setting yourself up for failure, right? Because the dream is to figure out when to hit the red, when to hit the green button. It'd be easy to know how to do it if you knew what the algos were doing. That's what we're doing here, right? The algos aren't using traditional TA. I don't care what any of these YouTube jimmies out there are telling you. They are full of shit. They have no idea what's going on. That's just the truth of it, man. It's the truth of it. And we are here. And now look what happens. Right? Let's go over on this other chart. Let me see here. Actually, was that 15? Yes. Let's take a peek here. So that pop wasn't coming off any div. So what happened? I mean, right here on these 15-minute candles, 2 in a row. First you get 2 in a row coming down to the 95.4 Laplace. Then 99.7 Laplace. Boom. Exceeds the 99.7 Laplace by a long margin. Boom. Here we go. Then 15-minute candles above the top side of Laplace distribution. Now we're back up here above the 68.3. Starting to climb back up again. These markets are super, super volatile. How in the hell are retail traders using moving averages and all this silly shit trading these low time frames? They're not. Why? Because most of the YouTube jimmies out there are going to tell you, be careful, don't trade low time frame volatility in crypto. You'll get wrecked. Fuck yeah, you'll get wrecked. Especially if we're using that crap. What do we do over at Alpha Trading? We're teaching people how to trade low time frame volatility and telling them that's where all the meat on the bone is. That's the algorithms are in there. They are just kicking ass and taking names, leaving just bloodshed everywhere, bits and pieces of retail traders, right? Tons of little crumbs, hundreds of millions of dollars just laying around for people that understand how these algos are trading, right? To jump aboard. We've been telling people this for years. Still, here we are, plugging away, saving one trader at a time. That's all we can do. We're not going to force this upon anybody, but you can guarantee alpha trading is going to continue to do what we've been doing. And we have been through hell and back. If everybody knows the backstory, you know what we've been through. So, who's here in the end? We are. We always knew that. We always knew that. We're the only one on YouTube teaching this stuff too, talking about this, right? To the extent we are. That's why we love Hedgeye, right? I love Keith McCullough. I like everybody over there at Hedgeye because they understand the markets. I like their model. It's really cool. I'd like to have a talk with him, right? Show him what we have put together. But yeah, they're on their own mission. We're on our own mission. Similar views of how these markets operate. You go watch a Hedgeye video, man. What are they talking about? Volatility, distribution levels. The same shit we're talking about. All right, let's see here. What can we take a peek at? What is it, 10 after? No problem. What's SPY doing? Let's see. Variance just flat during this market open. That's a low time frame, obviously, but pop over here. Yeah, getting these rejections off the 68.3 Laplace. Just hovering in between the top side of the daily range and the 68.3 Laplace on the daily to the top side. Powerful. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Let me take a peek. See if anything's sticking out. SoFi's up. Coinbase up. Meta had a nice run. It's stagnant now. Oh, look at that. Pelosi's must have bought some more Google calls. Let's see. Tesla had a good run too. It bounced big time. Bounced down a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, silver had a nice run yesterday. Silver had a nice little run. Do I give a flying shit about gold and silver? No. Talk about people that are a little confused. I'm not into it, man. I don't think there's a future, to be honest. We're in a digital age. Now, I'm not saying that there's not cryptocurrencies backed by gold and silver. Possibly. There are some. But as far as it being a good investment, in my opinion, and you got all these gold bulls and shit talking about, oh, gold will be at 10,000 an ounce. And I'm just like, wake me up when that day comes. I would love to see it. The buyers look strong, man. I'm not going to lie. They're going to try to close this 15-minute candle above the 68.3 Laplace. And just like we do every day, I go by distribution levels. Why most people are like, hey, if this 15-minute candle closes above the yellow 21 monkey, we're going to pump. We're going to go to the 50. Then probably to 200. This is going to be powerful. No, man. It's not how it works, and that shit fails all the time. Fails all the time. Not just sometimes, all the time. And then they get lucky once, win one trade out of 10 and go, oh, my edge. Your edge? You walked up to that edge 10 times. 9 times you fell off a fucking 200-foot cliff right into the ocean. Right? But the one time you didn't fall off the cliff, now it's okay, it's a good edge. No, man, it's horrible. The guy that thought he had the edge of all edges, he had like a 35% win rate. God, man, how is that a win rate? That's a fucking, that's, in my opinion, that's a 65% loss rate. That's what that is. There's no winning. That's not winning. But that's what they try to they try to gaslight people. 35% win rate. They don't tell you, hey man, I have a 65% loss rate. You should come fucking buy my indicators. Wrong. Wrong. Fake news. Fake news. Tell them 45. What a shit show. Yeah, we don't get into that crap here. Woo! Just wanted to interject that. America's a shit show. That's why we love it. It's never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. And we're running out here. I don't know. I mean, I'm telling you, SPY closes above this 68.3 Laplace on the daily. How much time's left in this? It's getting ready to close. Boy, they're trying to. It's above it right now. Not much. I'd like to see it about 397. Look at them pushing. If this thing closes, let's see here. Let's drop way down. Starting to have an outlier. Starting to see how the variance started to have an outlier right here. That thing floated, or pumped up. Variance came down, negatively correlated, kept walking up. Now, boom, the outlier's gone, but it started having an outlier. Let's see. We need a pump. Need a pump, right? Or it's just going to set up hidden bear. Or no, sorry, bear. All the fishers are up, starting to trend. Starting to get into trend. Volatility's expanding, significantly positively correlated. That 15-minute candle just closed above it. There we go. First one of the day. Which the algos are pushing, man. The algos are going to push. Right? Now, it's never a 100% probability, but when you close above a 68.3% level, it's kind of telling you, hey, the algos are pushing. Could do a 1SD move. We're talking that's at 403. Right? Yesterday almost did a 2 SD move. Or, whoops, sorry, Jesus, what am I talking about? We almost did a 3 SD move. There was the 1 SD. Pre-market ripped right through these macro volatility ranges. Look where SPY closed. Right at the center of the monthly, and then pre-market, wham! Right, with that good CPI print. Right to the 2 SD. And then almost, by the end of the day, almost got to the 3 SD. Now, boom. An hour into the open. 45 minutes into the open. You come down. 2 tests of the first 4 hour 68.3 and top side of the daily volatility range. Closed the third 15-minute candle closed above the 68.3 Laplace. Now, when I see something like that, I'm like, these algos are going to push, just like I just said. Here are these macro, monthly. I said, what was it? The R1 on the monthly, R2 on the weekly. Macro volatility range resistance levels, right? Just like you get above these, they're going to turn into support. But right now, strong resistance right up here. And that's right by 4 hour first standard deviation. That's why I'm saying, I mean, this it makes sense. 400 makes sense to me today. Whether or not it gets by that, let's see. There's traditional. There's SPY. It's just on the 4 hour. Okay, mean reversion. Pre-market. Whoop, right through. Yeah, this actually, we're just, look at it, kicked right off that 4 hour. Yeah, what is that? Yeah, 68.3. Top side. 400. So this 4 hour candle, which we could be looking on the other chart. Yeah, 401.84. I like it. I like it a lot. Daily.
Pushing a trend to move.
Mm-hmm. Almost to that 397. Let's see here. I want to see.
That second stage or above the second band there. It pops up to that third. And watch out.
And here's the 2-day mean reversion happening. Where's that at? 2-day candle. Oh, gotta love that. That 2-day opened above the 33 power mean. Going into next week, yeah, man. I'm not going to be shocked if SPY pushes towards 410. So then you get up here on the weekly.
I will pull back on after that too.
There it is again, right? We're talking about that number. We're almost there. That power mean is at 398.62. We're talking about it. 398.62. Right below, and of course it is. Of course it's right below these macro resistance levels. Here it is right here, about 398. Yep, right here. Above the daily R1. So I'm looking for, if this 15-minute candle closes above this R1, this is a no-brainer. It's going to be right up in here, right around 400. Right around 400. Good stuff. Everybody's like, what the hell is this guy talking about? If you're watching for the first time on YouTube, have patience. Keep watching the streams. Obviously, at some point, you're like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but these levels he's talking about just keep hitting. I'm just reading the charts, man. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing is reading the charts. It's not like I got a crystal ball, even though we think our indicator package is exactly that. Is exactly that. When you learn how to read them, when you understand what we talk about, man, it's powerful. But it takes time. Obviously, if this is the first time listening, I'm sure your head is spinning. These are terms and things you've never heard of. That's because nobody's teaching you that. The money that's moving these markets doesn't want you to learn this. Why? You've been their liquidity for decades, man. You've been there. The rich get richer. The retail traders get smashed. The retail traders that are literally making a lot of money, do you think they're fucking trading futures? No, man, they're trading options. Those are the retail traders that are making money. You get a good option strategy put together. Who knows? Spreads are great, right? Vertical spreads. Caps your risk, right? Caps your profit too, but it's a lot safer. You can make a lot of money. But if you're a retail trader and you don't understand what we're talking about, good luck. Futures aren't meant to scalp. Like I've said a million times, it makes me feel dirty. But we've put together a system to allow us to scalp the futures delta, man. All about it. If there's a will, there's a way. There's a will, there's a way. And so most of the time we just sit back and marvel at the distribution. Yeah? It's powerful, man. Very powerful. Let's see. Okay, so SPY's up. And the futures.
If you're looking for a crystal ball and you're using, funny old tools, it's time to mothball them and trade them for math balls.
Oh, yeah. Mothball them, trade them in for math balls. Yasha. What's the date today? November 11th, 22.
Oh, yeah, it's 11/11. It's, what do you call it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. No wonder. So, I don't know about anybody else, but it's like usually at least once a day, sometimes twice a day, morning or before noon and afternoon, I'll look at it'll be 11:11 on the phone. If you understand what that means, right? If you're consciously experiencing that, just know. Just know. Look it up. I'm not even going to talk about it. We're traders here. It's powerful, though. Lets you know really what's going on, especially at a soul level. You're in tune, you're in touch, right, with the true reality. That's what that means. The 11:11 is strong. I talk about it in the numbers. It's a master number, right? 11, 22, 33, 44, all master numbers. So I use them a lot in my trading lengths. And square roots. Break down square roots. Now we're gonna have a little. Now we're having fun math with Bilbo. Break down any of the square roots into a single number, and you'll see what I'm talking about. They're either gonna add up to a master number or a 3, 6, or a 9. It's just the way it is. Once you understand what all that means, you're like, what the hell haven't I been using this shit the whole time? Yeah, I don't know. I got turned on to Nikola Tesla. I mean, when I was a kid. My grandpa was literally in his workshop building shit with magnets and doing things. And I was like, what are you doing? And then he turned me on to Nikola Tesla. Then I started studying his 369 philosophy. Very powerful, man. Very powerful.
SPY on the 1 minute has been having a nice little run up.
Oh, yeah.
Nice little trending group. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I just talked a few minutes ago. Gonna hit that 397 level. Here we go. Blah, blah, blah. And bam, we're above it. I want that 400 level, though. I want to see a wick. I want to get up into these resistance levels. I'm telling you, man, SPY on the daily, if it gets above this monthly and this weekly on this last trading day. Let's see here. 95 for Laplace. We could see this thing pump to 408. Right? Hell, it could even go to the edge of the daily volatility range, 410. I could get an early gift, right? I was talking next week going to 410. today, if SPY closes a 15-minute candle, preferably here before noon, maybe next hour and a half or so, Eastern time, this thing's going to run, man. It's going to run through these distribution levels. Probably 95 for Laplace would be safe. Why do I say that? Because there's a 95.44% chance the daily candle won't close above that level. Could get some wicks, could get some 15-minute candle wicks through here, but you can almost, put it this way, it's a high probability it's not going to happen, all right? That the candle won't close above here. Let's see, and there's the 2SD normal distributions, 411, outside the daily volatility range. That red line is the top, 410.6. Beautiful. So make us proud, SPY. Meanwhile, back in crazy crypto land, let's see. Holy shit. I didn't notice the shorts. The shorts flew. Wowzer, Bowser. Just the other day, there was like, it's up 50% just from the other day. There was only like 4,000 Bitcoin shorted on Bitfinex. Now there's over 8,000. But look at the longs. Look at the longs.
Yeah, man. And down on the 1 minute, you see a perfect example of hidden bear playing out.
Right.
Just a little touch while he repositioned. It was a good area to take profit.
How is this shitcoin pumping? There's that beautiful FTT token. Ran a 3SD move and then pumped off of it right back in the top side of the 95.4 Laplace on the daily. Just go die somewhere, you little Luna clone. Can't even talk. Luna clone. The fuckery going on with FTX right now is just driving me mad, to be honest. Go fucking lock the building up and put everybody in jail.
There goes SPY again. There we go. Hope you got your reposition in. Out of the RWT. Medium effective roughly to the panic.
How's that thing pumping?
You got normal distribution too, also.
Jesus Christ. Where did okay, there's Sol, right? Sol rejected off top side of 68.3 right to the first standard deviation. Did not close a 15-minute candle below it. Now it's right back above the center of the daily range. Of course it is. Probabilities, man. Probabilities. Probabilities.
It's a battle of the probabilities right now happening on SPY.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it.
Right. It's gonna just keep watching. If this thing gets comfortable above the 68.3, expect a pump. Expect a pump.
Right? If it rejects from here, goes down.
Oh.
Also got your targets right below.
Oh yeah. This thing turns around, closes a 15-minute candle back inside that 68.3. Yeah, it's probably going to go to the bottom and really test the meat of the downside of this daily range. There's no doubt. And that's down 390.
Signals, right? As we
Signals.
talk probabilities.
Mm-hmm. Signals, man. Signals.
Signal.
Coinbase up 8%. Right along with SoFi. Kind of like SoFi. I know P-Funk likes SoFi.
Yeah. And Polka Dot. Who likes Polka Dot?
Donnie.
Right?
Yeah, man. You're about to get, you almost were buying Solana at Polka Dot prices.
Exactly.
Which is good.
Sure. If you want to swap, it's good too.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Polka Dot. I like Solana. I like Cardano.
Yep.
What do I not like? Ethereum. Do not like Ethereum. It's a gas scam. Did they start it out that way? Did they know, oh man, this is going to be a gas scam? Who knows? But at what point do you...
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm saying yes.
Yeah.
Knew.
Oh, yeah. That's they
Not
bolted.
that dumb.
A lot of people don't even know, right? It was Vitalik, and it was Charles, and it was Gavin. They were building ETH.
Yeah, they realized this isn't going to be scalable.
Yeah.
We're going to have problems. And they left.
They left.
He stuck with it because it's his baby. But
Mhm.
that's not a reason not to change it. And he spent the last 6 years upgrading a thing that he should have changed differently completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. see
I'm
some.
liking these low time frames, man. Really low ones. I like them.
Yeah.
Today's a good day to be trading scalps. You know how to read the hills, and you know where the tops and bottoms are. It's usually pretty obvious. You know how to read the math. Well,
Yeah.
very, very good scalping times.
And happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there.
Absolutely. Happy Veterans Day.
Mm-hmm. Happy Veterans Day. Always give your support, right? Always give your support.
Yeah, man.
Just
People
cannon
that serve-
fodder.
People that serve sacrifice. I
Mhm.
respect that.
Yeah, man. Let me see here. Dixie, man. Dixie's getting weak. So is the VIX. So is the VIX. Pop that back on Dixie. Yeah, man, it tried to pump. What was I even talking about? I was like, this thing's going to have trouble with these macro levels. It rejects right off the monthly one. Right back down to the 1SD. And the daily. Dixie, the rest of this day, like right before it closes down here in about 5 hours, 6 hours. What is it? 5 hours? 6 hours. Close a 15-minute candle.
Across the healthcare sector, we've got dumps on J&J, on Lilly, on PFE, all the way across CVS. They're all down, but you got some pumps there also, but not on the bigger ones. Energy's up. Consumer devices are mixed down, leaning down. Consumer stuff like Amazon, Tesla, HD, they're mostly to the upside. Tesla's down. Tech stocks is mostly up. Financial stocks mostly up. Across the board, you got a pretty good day. It's pretty mixed. It's definitely volatile. If you know how to use our tools, it's very scalpable, as you can see all these charts. I mean, show me where it's not hitting standard deviation or loss distribution targets.
What the fuck?
It just does. I mean, look at that. Look at that Dixie right there. I mean, that is powerful right there.
Yeah.
Look at those targets being nailed one after the other.
What is this thing doing?
Yeah, right?
Fucking,
What is that doing?
I don't know. It's like opposite day and shit. I'm choosing the right arrow.
Right.
Okay, you dirty monkey. The fuck are you doing to me? Let's
No, you can just spin them. They're all the arrows are the same. You just spin them the direction you want them.
No.
That's true.
No.
Yeah.
No.
On the top little circle.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying they're not all the same. They're all different. That's why you can choose them.
Right.
Well, I'm talking about just specifically the arrows.
Right. That's my. If you see a 15-minute Dixie candle close below this 1SD, that 95.4 Laplace, low 106 area, 106.1, that would be my target probably to close the week. And then trouble. And then obviously got all weekend to look at those charts. Macro, intraday, see what's going to happen when the Sunday futures open, all that good shit, man. Fun times.
An example of why you should never trade the news. All over the wires right now, you've got news stories like Bitcoin, Ether, drop as FTX bankruptcy filing spooks markets. Oh yeah? Really? Spooks the markets? What has Bitcoin been doing for the past, hour or so?
Yeah.
Has it been dropping further? Has it been falling down like a brick? Or has it been moving along very nicely? I found that similar.
Oh shit.
Wow, the story. What happened? And then boom, they published the story, and what do you know? The algorithms got to a point where they said, it's time to go up actually, and they did, and they hit, like on Bitcoin, the center of the daily volatility range, and then from there went back down a little and has been moving along sideways very nicely, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, people who trade the news are just itching to get wrecked because you're just being misinformed, and it's not to bash on any particular person who uses one method or the other. It's just look at the facts. Look at the facts. The maths are what move these markets, not anything else.
Yeah, this is the only thing that spooks the markets. Fuck the news.
Right.
Look at the strength of the dollar.
Yep.
You ain't gonna hear these goofy fucks talk about Dixie.
No, when they do, they definitely misinform people about what it's doing.
100%. You trade for a long time. You know what to look for. You know what to look for. Go to Hedgeye. They fucking talk about Dixie all the fucking time. Talk about Dixie. Talk about VIX. All right? You hear people talking about Dixie, VIX, the distribution, volatility. Open your fucking ears, man. I don't care who it is. I'm not just our hype train. That's why I like Hedge Eye.
But most of the people talking about volatility don't have a clue what they're talking about, unfortunately. They're not actually talking about real volatility.
Right.
They're talking about price-based, only strictly price-based probabilities and volatility. And they're missing the whole point. It's all about the means and the returns.
Yep. Big time. Big time. And I like tasty trade guys for a while. I lose confidence in them every time I hear them speak, though. Especially when I heard Tom agree that, price action mean reverts. I'm just like, oh, I'm done with you, fucko. No, it doesn't. The returns mean revert. Price action's following. No wonder you had record losses last year. Oh, let's see. I don't know, man. About to wrap it up. I'd like to watch Dixie close a 15-minute candle below this one SD. That'd be beautiful. Because it's just going to get weaker and weaker and weaker. And it has all that macro bear div. All that macro bear div, man. Let's see here. Dixie. Ugly. Here's the monthly. Here's the monthly on Dixie. There's the bull run, right? Boom, right here. Started. Dollar bull run. Let's go. Send the stealth bombers. Here we come. Bear div. Ton of it. All the fishers are down. Heading back into random price action after a trend with volatility expansion to 100% negatively correlated. Z-score coming down out of the higher confidence intervals. What's going on with the dollar?
You don't have to be much of a grand vizier to look at that and say that's parabolic, and when it falls out of that parabolic run, time to short.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a genius.
Yeah, it's not going to populate.
If you superimpose a probability model on there, like our projection bosses, you will see very clearly exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Running up to the extremes and falling back down. Look at that. I mean, come on. Pretty much the top of that third SD right there.
Yeah.
That is very telling.
Almost got up
there.
there.
Should be a wake-up call.
Let's move it back to where it started.
Should
Boom.
be a wake-up call.
Yeah. There, you start to get the run. Almost a 95 for Laplace. Drop down to the bottom side of the 68.3 and then run almost to the 99.7. Pretty crazy.
Put that on a normal once.
Oh, MJ says, hey, man, throw that shit on normal distribution. Well, hold on. I got to change some shit up. So I need 1, 2, and 3 band, correct? Yes. Hold on. Doink. Yeah. Doink. 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 There you go. There you go. Outside normal distribution. Fuck it. Let's throw on band 4. Ding, ding. Yeah. Beautiful. So almost got to the 4 standard deviation normal distribution. Almost got to the 99.7 Laplace. Pretty powerful, man. Indeed. Good stuff. Like I said, the trend, the dollar bull run trend. Going back into random. Going back into randomness. In the prediction model, first time it's flipped to the downside since the entire bull run of the dollar. So that being said,
look when it started to say buy. It's like right when it, right when that when crypto started crashing and stocks started crashing back in like March of last year.
Right.
Pretty much right around then, dollar was like, no, we're gonna have a little bull run first, and now it hit pretty much the top of that parabolic move, right at the top of that distribution model. It should not be a surprise to anyone.
Here,
but
the back in
people don't want to learn. Look at that. Look how perfect that hits.
Yeah, here's July of 2014. Right to the 4th standard deviation. Right? Pull back to the 2nd, almost back up to the 3rd, pull down to the 1st, almost back up to the 2nd, below, boom. Now, where are we at? 2nd standard deviation. Wicks above it, not a candle closing though. Let me put this on the plus. Le plus! The plane, boss. The plane. 2, 3. Do I need 6 and 7? No, 5 and 7. Down off 4. Boom. There we go.
Yeah, 5 and 7.
There we go.
Look at that.
Had trouble right here with the 95.4 Laplace. Kind of surprised this thing didn't come all the way back down. Got down to what? Yeah, a little bit below 90.
In 2014, most people were not even using, like, the HFT firms weren't even using Laplace.
Yeah, that's why that normal distribution looked
I
better.
like to overlay 2 of them, one Laplace, one normal, and it's funny how they do. It's almost like these bots use both.
Right.
At times.
We know for a fact back here, definitely weren't using the Laplace distribution.
Yeah. Not in the
2014. I'm thinking like right around 2018, 2019.
Yeah, right around
when they secretly started using it.
Yep.
When they secretly started using it. It's a conspiracy.
Secret trading rooms.
Yeah. Exactly. Wait a minute here. Let me see something.
We're opening it wide open, man. We're blowing the lid off.
Yeah.
For a reason.
And here you are, though, right? So if we're on a monthly, we're at the 95.4 Laplace.
Yep.
Just right at it. 106.86. The higher you go in these time frames, the more powerful these levels are. This monthly candle closes below this. Look where the 99.7 is. 100. Interesting.
And before you think it's not going to go with the third standard deviation, we just showed you a model where it did to the upside, right?
Yeah. It is setting up hidden bull, though.
And come down.
I mean, all that bear div, though, I mean, it's setting up hidden bull. That's why this move continued. People are like, oh, no, it was just a massive trend. No. I mean, yeah, I don't know why I said no. The entropy tells the truth. But all that bear div is just setting up hidden bull. So you kept getting these runs. Boom. It kept getting those runs. Bam. Bam. The bear div plays out. These little monthly candles. At some point, though, it's all going to play out hard. But where do you drop to? I mean, the returns oscillator is pretty damn low. But look at the Fishers, man. Fishers are down. And the price action's going back into randomness. But yeah, I don't know. I'm about ready to wrap this up, boys. I think we covered everything, which you'll notice we focus on, right? Hey, we focus heavy on Bitcoin, SPY, Dixie, VIX, right? We're trying to figure out what's going on with these markets. That's what we do here. We make some pretty good freaking calls. Our indicators are wonderful. So with all that being said, the link to our Discord's in the description of all these videos. Come into the Discord, open up a support ticket. We're going to give you a volatility starter pack for free, right? Free access to the Discord. All of the educational material we put together in there, which is overwhelming to say the least. So give yourself some time. Focus on one thing at a time, too, right? Focus at one thing at a time. Don't try to take all this in. Get to one indicator. Figure out the volatility in the 6 different scenarios that go with expansion, contraction, the breaks, and correlation. Focus on that first, right? If we're over here on the chart. Focus on the AVP and the correlation of said AVP. Where was that? Was that on the 90? What time frame was that on? Oh, here's the daily, all right? Here's the daily. Let's see here. Where you get this expansion right here to the top, positively correlated. As soon as it went full expansion, negatively correlated. Expansion, significantly negatively correlated. Expansion, which had been flashing for a while, negatively correlated. Boom, the pullback. Sometimes that ebb and flows right into contraction, positively correlated, and the walk down continues. Alpha trading, doesn't matter, man. Where's the data set going to go? Don't really care. Don't really care, to be honest. If it goes lower, I'll just buy some more. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to come back. Going to try to do a Sunday's Future Open live stream. If not, we'll see you Monday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time for the Monday morning market open, which should be interesting. Keep an eye on these charts today. If something real interesting happens, I'll make some posts in the Discord. But yeah, guys, have a great day. Getting cold out. Get your down coats out. We're going to need them. See you either.
See everybody, happy Veterans Day.
Yep, thank you. I'll see you Sunday night or Monday morning. Later, guys.